Go.
Hello, we are live for episode 4 of NHL Talks, Hockey Talks, whatever we want to class it as. We have got to talk about the results of round 1 playoffs, what's happening in round 2 of the playoffs, and what the hell is going on with the Leafs and can they recover from this devastating loss. Well, spoiler for the last one. Yes, they can. But anyway, we are live.
If you've been a Leafs fan, you know what it is, and you know that the Leafs have been disappointing us in the playoffs, first round for over 20 years now. Fucking this one marks blackjack. It has been 21 seasons, folks, since the Leafs have won in the first round. It is so disappointing to be a Leafs fan these days. Yes, we're making the playoffs, but what good is making the playoffs if you're not in contention? But
Very good point.
yeah, we're gonna sit and chill, wait our usual 10 minutes or so.
Hey Kevin, I'm good. How are you doing?
And yeah, hopefully people join me too, because you know, lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. Hello, Miss Jessie. Welcome to the street.
Yeah, he definitely does, Cyrus. Spaghetti. Why did I call you Cyrus? My brain is not here. Oh yeah, we're just talking about. Hello, Adam.
We were having a brief discussion.
Yeah, I'm good, Resident Evil. How are you?
And our memories of him just before we came alive. So, Adam, what's going on?
Your name is Spaghetti. And that isn't a mistake that will never be made again. Your name is Spaghetti.
His name is Arsenio.
No, his name is Arsenio, who is not coming to our streams, which is exactly why he got goddamn demodded.
Go grab it. Because you know what's going on. You can actually input into this conversation.
Who's giving comments about shit?
Jesse's here. I'm telling her to go get her headset. Because she's
I can't hear her.
A stream and a half.
We really need to fix that.
So let's go. By exercising. And
we're probably going to talk about the results of round 1. Who got eliminated, who did the best, that kind of shit. Obviously, me and Dave have a little poll on who we think's going to win and everything, so we need to discuss all of that.
So basically, guys, how it works is we've made a little bet. Like this was before playoffs even started, and it's the main reason that I haven't followed through with any bets on with anybody else, because like I don't wanna stretch myself too thin and not have it. But basically, Tom and I agreed that we would do predictions for each round, and what would happen is, for if we got the winner of the series right, we'd get a point. If we got the excuse me, if we got the amount of games or the number of games that they would play right,
there will be heavy focus on the Leafs part of it.
Then we'd get a point. So there was, per series, there was potential for 2 points each. We're gonna go over to see who's in the lead right now, points wise, and the winner at the end of this gets a $10 Streamlabs donation from the loser. And
hey, Fallen Devil.
Make it fair, Tom.
Ooh,
just
nice,
to make
man.
it fair, because 10 of your currency is not the same as 10 of my currency, I will donate you the value of 10 quid and not $10.
That works.
So whatever
for me.
The conversion rate is if it works out, say, to $12 that I gotta send to you to make it, to make it the equivalency of what I'd get from you at $10, then so be it.
Fair enough.
Right?
I feel like if I win, I get the better deal out of this. Because
no, it'd be exactly the same. So, like, for example, if you sent me $10, if you lost, you send me $10 of your currency, right? It changes into 12 of mine. then obviously I would have to send you 12 of mine to equal the 10 of your dollars.
Ooh, nice, Jack.
Or it'd actually be a little bit less when you consider that it's you know, that I'd end up losing a few cents on it to the PayPal and whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah, just send it for the Streamlabs. You lose a little bit in the Streamlabs.
Yeah, but like we'd have to figure out a way to balance out the exchange rate on it.
If you've got a PayPal, I can send your PayPal directly the money via PayPal instead of going through Streamlabs. You only lose like a little bit of money for transfer fees, and that's about it.
I'm jealous of your CPU, bro.
Yeah.
4.4 gigahertz. I think mine only hits 3.5.
Oh yeah. Look at my little 1607 megahertz for the GPU, and obviously mine's an octo core, so 8 cores. Oh, why is it killing you, Spaghetti?
Yeah, mine's octa-core as well.
I think they all are now as standard.
Yeah. Actually, did you know that they can't actually go too many more cores because like it just actually starts to be counterproductive because they can't communicate with, no matter how fast you make them communicate, they can't communicate with each
other. It cost just over $1,000 to build. I think like 1,200.
Yeah.
And even
it's been about the going rate for computers for a good long while. You want a half decent computer, you're spending $1,200 to $1,500.
Yeah, I mean, I will upgrade this in the next couple of years because I want to go even higher end than what I've got.
Well, once Jesse and I have the moves sorted, where
now I'll tell you this right now, Dave. As an advice, don't buy it through the goddamn shop. Just buy the parts. And do you know anyone to build the computer?
No, besides my old man, and he's not reliable.
Basically, if I were you, I would go on Facebook and say, looking for a guy to build me a computer. I'll buy you the parts, pay you a bit of labor.
I go, if I'm building a new computer, I'm just going to keep, I still got the one I got as a backup, right? I might just
rebuild the entire thing.
TV so I have a computer that connects to the internet for when I want to stream movies and shit on a bigger screen. If I was to say aim a webcam at what I'm doing, you'd be able to say, okay, Dave, that goes there and this goes there, and then you plug that into here, and right?
I'm not that good on the technical side of it, so no.
No. I mean, obviously, I'm not soldering the fucking processor and the heatsink. Like, I'm not doing any of that. That's all.
I know vaguely where some things go. Hey, RJ.
Okay. So basically, what you're saying is I should just buy all the parts and pay the shop to put it together for me.
Yeah. Basically, how much did it cost you to buy it from the shop?
I financed mine, so I've grossly overpaid for it.
No, but man, if you were to buy it outright from the shop, how much was it?
I think it was like $1,300 or something. I paid like $22 because I financed it over 2 years.
Okay, yeah, just buy it outright then. The shop doesn't sound like it was massively overcharging. But yeah, financing
but like even you said that like after 2 years of paying for it, I already need an upgrade, which kind of
definitely
the purpose of paying that much for the computer in the fucking first place.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's if you got the technical know-how, like, I mean, I'm learning. I know where stuff vaguely goes, but I'm not competent enough to ever build a computer at this point.
Well,
I have my tech guy for that.
Basically, what I would do is I work quite closely with they're okay. I say I work quite closely. I mean, like, I shop there for all my cords and cables and accessories for this stream at this store. I am not sponsored or endorsed, but I do shop there a lot. It's called Canada Computers. They're just down the street from me. That's why I do so much business with them. And quite literally, they have everything. What I would do is I would walk in and I would say, listen, this is what I want to do with my computer. This is the budget I have. Let's build it, including fabrication.
Yeah. Another way is you could just buy a part a week and just build up that way, because most parts are cheap until you get to the processor and the GPU. Everything else cheap. A case is $50.
Power
supply is $75.
I looked into your. I looked into because you said that it might be worth for me to upgrade to 216 sticks instead of the 2.8s that I have.
I would recommend it. The more RAM you have is quite beneficial with what we do.
Yeah, I'm not denying that, but guess what? I ain't paying almost $200 to upgrade it.
No, but if you build in the computer again, you'd get 32 instead of 60.
I'm gonna say with the I want the maximum amount of RAM. I want a 1 and a 2 terabyte hard drive. The 1 and I want a standalone I want a SATA drive in it.
Yes, definitely. You want an SSD for your program files and your Windows, and then everything else is to be stored on hard drives. Your games, everything. Do not store any of those on an SSD. Because, yeah, if you uninstall games off an SSD, you break it.
I'd be running probably 3 SSDs in the first place.
Oh, if you've got them all on SSD, then yeah, just have one solely for your operating system and your program files, and then the rest of your shit.
All my software, anything I download goes onto, would go first onto the 1 terabyte, and then if I want to
I bet you Spaghetti. It's going to be very good. But if you've not checked the schedule again, Spaghetti, there's a mystery video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be good. I filmed it today. It's not as exciting as the one on Wednesday.
Hey Tom, I got a question for you, man.
What's up?
I'm looking at things here, and I don't know. Is it coming through like that on your stream? No, okay, all right on there. Yeah, I do pixelate quite a bit compared to you. I don't understand why the only why like I seem so blurry and pixeled on yours, but like you look fine on mine.
Maybe because you're slightly
stretched. We're doing the exact same thing, and the only difference is.
Yeah, I can't seem to get you zoomed in any more than I'd like, so I've got to slightly stretch you.
I don't know. It's weird that we're doing it the exact same way, and yet.
Yeah, I know. It is what it is.
All right. So Tom, while we're we've been live for about 10 minutes or so now. Why don't we start going over who's got points and why and who and what in regards to our little ongoing thing that we have.
Okay. We both said Hurricanes to win. You said 6, I said 5. They won in 7, so we get 1 point each.
All
right. We both said Rangers.
We lost. Hold on. Let me. I'm pulling up a sticky note. Give me a second. So that's 1-1.
Hey Ryan. Yes, 1-1. We both said Rangers, so we both lost. No points.
Wait, Rangers won.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Rangers won.
How many games?
Did I put Penguins on the imagery?
I don't know.
Please tell me I didn't fuck up the imagery.
Hey, David, how you doing, man? Ooh, that was good.
That's in here.
Maybe I thought Rangers got eliminated, or did they sweep?
No, they won, but it was 7, I think.
Oh, if they won in 7, then 1 point each.
Yeah, it was Rangers in 7, and I didn't put Pittsburgh on.
Okay, so we both got 0. We both got 1 point.
Okay.
We both said Leafs, so we got 0 points.
Yep, because we're biased there.
We both said Panthers in 4, so we both get a point. I honestly thought Panthers were going to sweep.
So did I.
I remember, Spaghetti, it's been a long day. You said Flames, I said Stars, so you get a single point because they won in 7. And you said 6.
Okay.
Oilers did it in 7, right?
Yeah.
We both got a point then because you said 6, I said 5. We both said Wild, so we get 0. Honestly surprised Blues made it through.
Yeah, and we both get a point for Colorado because we both said Colorado, but neither one of us expected them to sweep.
Yeah, so basically you're ahead by 1 point because you got Flames right.
My Canadian boys, that's all I got to say. My Canadian boys coming in clutch. So far, I am up by 1 point.
Hello,
It is 6-5, and Tom in my little playoff game. Unfortunately, I can't exactly encourage anybody else to get in with us next year because, I mean, it's against community terms and services. It is against the rules for us to encourage gambling. I mean, of real money at the very least. So
yeah, Dave's ahead of me by 1 at the moment. I'm going to remove the first one because we've already done that, and then we'll just make bets for the next. Oh, how come, Liv? You got anything nice planned?
Smoked shotgun shells? Can you like tell me what that is, Kev? All right, so I am up 6-5 in our little standings, and that'll take us quite quickly into our next segment of well, let's discuss the first round results. So the Leafs, we'll start there because they're our team. They're our boys. They're a great big fucking disappointment.
After we've discussed the first round, we will start with second round predictions, and then we'll go on to talk about that in a whole big segment.
Who's facing who and predictions kind of at the same time. But Leafs.
Yeah, let's start with
7,
the Leafs.
Heartbreaking. Got screwed by the refs in Game 7 and 6 for that matter, but definitely in 7.
I was disappointed. It should have gone to at least overtime to give us a chance, but no, we got a goal.
I did taco flavored spaghetti one time too. Remember? Anyway, so Leafs lost. Disappointing. Boston, for you Boston fans, they put up a good fight, took it to Game 7. I didn't think they'd make it that far, but kudos to them this season. They're on their way towards a rebuild because their guys are just getting old. Carolina moves on in 7. We had Florida in 6. It looked like Washington was going to give them a run for their money, but ooh, Nintendo background. And by the way, if you could send me that particular background, I'd appreciate that, Tom.
Yeah.
Because I really liked that background.
Yeah, it was a pretty wicked one.
Florida, it was Florida in 6, and who did I miss? Pittsburgh and the Rangers. From what Ryan was saying, CSP Mad King, he's my brother. He's a Pittsburgh fan, so he got the up and up scoop on that. It's a shame he can't be here because he's working, but he said that the New York Rangers goalie was standing on his fucking head. He was doing a breakdance. He was absolutely phenomenal from what Ryan was saying. He said that he was down and out to the right side. Giant diving save. Fucking loses his stick. He's got nothing going for him. The puck comes to the other side. He dives to the other side and makes the fucking biggest save of his goddamn career. And that was just one play, he said. And it saved the game for them. And so kudos to the New York Rangers goalie, who made that possible for their team. Hey, Tom, your thing's kind of triggering me a little bit. Can you move my logo 5 pixels to the right? Thank you. Sorry, being able to see my background under it triggers me even on mine. So it's just let that be what it is. But But the Leafs, oh, so sad. They're golfing. But in the West Coast, Calgary beat Dallas. That's who they had. Calgary beat Dallas to move on to the second round. We have Edmonton, who defeated the LA Kings to move on to the second round. They will be facing each other. And they'll both of those series were done in 7. I don't think either one of us predicted 7 on most of these series that went to 7.
The only one we guessed was the Leafs.
Yeah, we knew well, I said because they're the corporate team, right? Of course they're going to 7. But yeah, Minnesota Wild, wah, wah, wah. But you know, again, good effort. I thought that they were gonna give St. Louis the run for their money, but it never happened.
And the Predators. Oh,
Predators. The Predators. The poor Predators.
Dave, we got eliminated in 7. At least it wasn't 4.
Yeah, the poor Predators.
They got fucked. Lord.
Oh, did they ever? Man, I honestly, like, I didn't expect, because the Predators, let's face it, the Predators, their team's done. They're gonna be out for the next few years. They're gonna be on a rebuild. They traded away Weber, Pekka Rinne, their star goalie for the last 15, 20 years, has retired as of the start of this season. You know, a lot of their guys are getting up there in age, and they're retiring, or going to retire very soon. So, Tampa will be facing Florida, not New York. Ronnie. Oh,
please wait till we tell. Let us wait till we tell you who's facing who. Also, Dave, I may have erased it now, but did any of us say Panthers in 6? Or no, we both said Panthers in 4, didn't we? I'm just looking over results now.
Yeah, I think we both said like anywhere between 4 and 6. I didn't think that was going to Game 7, but I don't remember exactly what we said.
Oh, you're saying Tampa versus New York.
You're saying final East Coast final is Tampa versus New York, 7 games. Nice. Anyway,
that's not possible because they're both on one side. Tampa versus New York's on one side. They'll face each other in the semi-finals.
Final. Oh, wait, no, that could be a thing. For the East Coast Finals, yes, they can never play for the Cup against each other, but for the East Coast Finals, they can.
Oh yeah. If they're playing for the
bracket lineup.
Yeah, but if we're going for the final game, then no, they can't face each other.
No, definitely not. But what Ronnie's saying is Tampa Bay versus New York, 7 games.
Hey, Alex. Yes, dude. This is our little hockey podcast. We discuss the stuff going on within the NHL on a podcast on a semi-regular basis. Like, it's going to be every couple of weeks.
Typically on a bi-weekly basis, usually.
Yeah, like after we'll do the next one will be after the round 2 finishes, and then we'll do it after round 3 finishes, and then after the finals.
Because 7 games over, the better part of 9 days, or sorry, 7 games in like 10 days. So.
And then after that, we'll have another one of these to discuss the ending of round 2. Hi, Garfield.
Yeah. Hey, Garfield. Anyway, guys, that's going to move us right into our next segment.
Oh, you're new to the NHL. Who's the most successful team? If we're talking over the last couple of years, it would be Tampa Bay because they've won 2 back-to-back cups.
And if we're talking who's won the most championship trophies, it is Montreal Canadiens, but they haven't won one in over a decade. So
yeah, if you are talking in terms of very recently, it would be definitely Tampa Bay. Also, the Colorado Avalanche and Florida Panthers have also been on fire this year, who are both still in the playoffs.
And if you're gonna throw the pot, you gotta also mention Carolina was a real good team.
Yeah, Carolina did good.
Anyway, That's moving. We've discussed the results. Well, we didn't really discuss them. We just kind of like, here's the list of what happened. There was I want to mention just one last thing about the first round. I was quite shocked to see like just how certain games turned out. You know, like I didn't expect uh, um,
Any other
Edmonton
thing
to
I
be
need to
winning
know
five
before?
two, 5-1. You
At the
know,
moment, no, Alex. But if you have any questions on how the game is played, me or Dave will happily be able to answer it for you. More Dave
yeah,
because he knows the rules more
typically
comprehensively than
I
I
tend to
do.
handle hockey. I tend to handle hockey questions, having the better part of
More decades of
I'd say
experience over 2 years.
26 years watching hockey.
Uh,
So
if we got swept in round two, I would be pissed, but at least we would have made it to round two.
I don't think we would have gotten swept by Florida. It would have been in 5 or 6, guaranteed.
Yeah,
We would have
yeah.
won at least 1 or 2 because we
I
took
think
a
so.
couple from like Florida looked pretty dominant against the Leafs. I'm not gonna lie this
But
year.
we did take a couple
And
of regular season victories over them.
we did. So like that it gives me confidence we'd be able to take a couple, but like I don't think we'd be winning the series. That's why I was hoping Washington would like when they were winning their games. I was like, get in there, Washington, because I'd rather see you guys in the second round than Florida.
You've got Tampa winning the cup 3. I do not have Tampa winning this year.
They're a good team, but I don't think that they're going to be able to
That
play
would
at
be
the
annoying.
caliber of Florida. And even if they do, I'm seeing Carolina in the second or in the third round. And I don't see it happening for them. So,
well, I think this time we start discussing the next round and who's facing who and what our predictions are.
It is the first round is over. It is in the past. Leaf fans are crying. The Leafs are themselves sipping margaritas on a golf course by now. So they're gonna do that. What's it? Sheryl Crow, I think it was. They're gonna soak up the sun.
Ooh, you got Avalanche winning. Interesting choice. Avalanche are dominant right now. I mean,
and still is Colorado versus Florida in the finals.
Yeah, I'm still going with that.
Round two, fight.
We have in the first fight, Carolina Hurricanes facing on the Rangers.
New York Rangers. Where's my button? No, I didn't close them. I minimized them. There's the drama button. All right, guys. So it is Carolina versus New York. I did not see New York. New York being in the next round. They're the ones like I didn't see it. Why does your desktop keep flashing, dude?
I keep moving stuff around.
Oh.
It's kind of how the computer sounds, and not much I can do about it.
All right. Anyway, so Carolina versus New York. I don't think either one of us picked New York. We picked Pittsburgh, didn't we?
We both, we definitely both picked Penguins.
I'm saying this time, Carolina versus Rangers. I'm gonna say Carolina in 6.
Ooh.
And for those of you who wish to know, according to where is it? Oh, it's on this one then. According to sources at Sportsnet, damn it, fucking moved to here. Thank you. According to sources at Sportsnet.com or the Score.com, sorry, you seriously?
I'm just simply just taking the names and just putting who we're betting for what game.
Yeah. For who'd we say? We said Hurricanes and Rangers first. Their game 1 of the second round will take place on May 18th at 7 p.m. That is this coming Wednesday. The Hurricanes and Rangers will meet in their second round playoff matchup, and I got Canes in 6. That's my prediction. Canes in 6.
I've got Canes in 5.
Canes in 5. And
Canes in 5.
the bet is set.
Yes, it is.
I don't have a
There's
sound
1 to
effect
2
for that.
points up for grabs. Basically, how we do it with Spaghetti is we guess the winner and we guess the games. So if we get the games right and the winner right, you get 2 points. If you get the game right, if you get the winner right, you get 1 point. If they get eliminated, then you don't win a point. Basically, there's 2 points up for grabs, games and winner. And obviously, if your team gets eliminated, then you don't get no points.
Yeah.
You got Rangers in 4.
Who's got Rangers in 4?
Ronald's got Rangers in 4. Oh, Phil, we're trying to do a goddamn podcast, dude.
I did. I said hello, Garfield, and if you're gonna keep getting pushy like that, you know what ends up happening. I'm kind of trying to do a podcast and focus on what we're discussing. Rangers in 3. Can we be realistic here? It's best of 7, dude.
You can't have Rangers in 3, Garfield, and you know that. 4 games to win.
No. You technically could, but there's like really only one way that it could happen, and basically Carolina would have to have enough players to put on the ice, so they'd have to have wrecked literally 2 fucking hockey teams because they can call up their entire farm team to play if they need to in the playoffs. Like there's no cap during the playoffs. It's like this is whoever you had going into the playoffs is whoever you have. So like there is one way that they could do it in 3, and they'd have to fucking wreck everybody. Let's just put it this way: the entire Rangers team would be suspended before they were able to win in 3, so it would go to Carolina in 3 due to suspensions. But no, Carolina's definitely got that. But let's see, what do we got? We got Florida to finish off the East Coast. We've got the Florida Panthers, because I will not put the Lightning first, but they are playing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs and the Stanley Cup playoffs. What do you got, Tom?
I've obviously got Panthers. I think they're going to go to 6.
With you there. You feel like they're going to 6?
I think they're going to 6. Tampa in 4. Really?
No,
We've had one sweep so far, Ronnie.
I'm definitely with you on Florida, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be 4. It's 5 or 6 for me. It's 5 or 6 for me.
You got to pick one,
what
5
did you
or
say?
6. I said 6.
You said 6, so it's for me. It's 5 or 7 then, because I mean I get I have the feeling that the Leafs would have taken Florida to like game 6 or 7. Tampa beat the Leafs, so therefore they're at least the Leafs are better. So I'm gonna say the Florida Panthers in 7.
Okay.
I think Tampa Bay has the capability to drag out a long series, but I don't think they have what it takes to get the job done. I think and I'm gonna make this amendment as well to it. You can note this down, but it doesn't count for anything. Like I'm not begging for extra points or whatever here. But I will say that when Tampa Bay wins in this series, it's gonna be close. When Florida wins, it's gonna be a landslide.
Yeah.
A lot of Tampa's in 4. I don't know about your chat, but
my chat kind of died a little bit. Where are all of you guys? Hi, Dave. Let's go to the West.
Yeah, West Coast. The game that I will personally be following on my channel moving forward, we will start with the Calgary Flames versus the Edmonton Oilers. It is the Battle of fucking Alberta, bitches! Let's fucking go. We will be cheering for the Calgary Flames. They are basically the way I decided who I was cheering for because they're not my home team.
Is there any team from
Texas? I would Google from my address to their arena, and whichever one was the closest by driving
there is a team from
that
Texas
I would cheer for, and the winner by over 150 kilometers or so, give or take about 15 or so, it was the Calgary Flames. So I am going to be cheering for the Flames. Therefore, I have to choose the Flames again for this round. I'm saying Flames in 7. No, Flames in 6. Flames in 6. Flames in 6. Because Edmonton was kind of dodgy there for a little while. I didn't know if Edmonton was gonna win. I mean, it looked like LA was gonna take it. I think they were up 2-0 at one point in the series, and Edmonton came back to win. So like, good for them. But I don't know. They didn't instill confidence in me. I got Calgary in 6.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. I think Flames in 6.
You got the Dallas Stars, who were unfortunately eliminated this year. I'm trying to think of other.
Oh yeah, there you go. You got Dallas Stars. They're an alright Texas team.
Yeah. I don't know my.
US
start
geography.
naming off major cities in Texas, and I'll tell you if they have a team. But I know Dallas for sure. I don't know American geography very well. Being a Canadian and all. My apologies. Rodney Hood says Flames in 7.
There's no Houston team. There's no El Paso team.
Where's Arizona? Or is that its own state?
That's its own state.
Oh, okay. Then I think it's only Dallas.
I think it might just be Dallas. And we've got one last team to do, Dave. And it is...
Yeah. It's the Colorado Avalanche versus the St. Louis Blues, isn't it?
Yeah.
The question here is, will Colorado continue as dominant as they have been? Because if that's the case, I think St. Louis puts up being the second round contenders.
You got St. Louis in 4. Can you share those drugs you're on, Garfield?
I got
Okay, spaghetti.
I got Colorado in 5. I think St. Louis is going to do slightly better than Nashville, but I think they're still going to get blown under the water. I think Colorado's going to continue to be dominant.
I also went Colorado in 5, which I put mine down beforehand. I put Colorado in 5. I think Blues will squeak out 1 victory. Then again, I said that about fucking Nashville.
Yeah, see, here's the thing: is I feel more confident about Colorado 5, but I definitely agree with Ronnie that it's like there's a strong possibility.
Spaghetti's going Lightning to go through in 7. Interesting. Well, our predictions for me and Dave are set.
Hey, Tom, I want to talk to you about something for maybe the regular season and moving into the playoffs. We can do something for next year with our mods and members, maybe that could make things a little bit interesting. Obviously, 19 plus to join in that case because of what it is. And you have to be proven, or like shut the fuck up. We don't know. We don't know. We don't tell, right?
But, hey, Brian Kendrick.
I'd like to expand our little thing we have going here with certain people.
Yeah, I think the bet should be though for people that are not channel members that the deal they have to become members of the channel because that benefits us more in the long run than just a one donation. Be a member for a year, like we did for our bet.
No, I'm saying more with our moderators, like KK,
Yeah. KK,
You know what?
obviously.
We could potentially include spaghetti on that too. But like,
Yeah.
you know, during the regular season, what games are playing tonight? There's 8 games. Okay, let's quickly get in our predictions at the start of our game, and you know, you get 2 points for a win, one for an overtime loss. You lose, you get nothing.
You're the Brian Kendrick. You're a WWE wrestler.
Or predict the winner, predict the score, and if you get one right, you get 1. If you get both right, you get 2.
Yeah, like we've done. But obviously, it'll be about the amount of goals.
Well, actually, you know what I would do instead of predict the score, because that could be wildly unpredictable and we almost never get points. You do regulation, overtime, or shootout. So that way you got rock, paper, scissors, or to potentially get a point. I think that's a better way to do it. But anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. So round 2.
The next Leafs game is in September.
Yeah, sometime for the preseason, probably about.
We got eliminated, Garfield. September. You were here. You saw us get pissed off.
Yeah, Leafs are done, man. You know,
Bruins win every game. Next joke, Ronnie.
Bro, like.
I have no idea, Alex.
Anyway, so that's the second round, all predicted and wrapped up. What was the other bit we wanted to cover, Tom?
Let's have a look in the description.
Yeah, I was just doing that myself.
What's next for the Leafs?
Okay, so what is? We'll post this to the chat right now.
Carlito is a former WWE wrestler that used to have a gimmick where he used to spit apples in people's faces. I'm sure you were aware of who Carlito is. I'm sure you've wrestled him.
Okay. Anyway, now that we're not going to talk about wrestling because it's a hockey podcast, and that was the one thing that I made specifically clear that I really wanted to enforce. We talk about wrestling all the time. This is the one space in time where we don't. Because we even talk about wrestling during hockey games, but yeah, let's
we are wrestling channels basically.
I know.
Ooh,
but
nice
still. Anyway, I looked at contracts a couple times this year, so I have an idea of who's gonna be moving and who's not. Personally, I feel like either this year or next year we're going to lose Tavares.
Yeah.
I think at some point very soon we might lose Riley because he's been with us for almost I think 10 or 12 years now. He's been with us for a good little while. Since his rookie season, he was basically brought on the ice, and they didn't know whether he would be able to keep up the NHL caliber play that he was doing in his rookie season, and they never took him off the ice. And he's been playing high minutes since, but I think we might lose Riley. We're definitely losing Campbell. He was only signed for the 1 year. I think they're really going to train up Dahlgren over the course of the off season. Potentially try and move Mrazek for a couple low-end picks, or
personally, what I would do, first off, Alex, there is a salary cap like the NBA, so not every year it's the same teams. There is a salary cap. There is a much more dynamic and a lot more competitive.
That's what I'm saying
NHL.
too. Is that Morgan Riley represents almost $8 million. Campbell's $1.5 million.
Yeah, but Mrazek's $3. I would personally axe Mrazek and keep Campbell.
Yeah, but the thing is Mrazek's okay. Here's the problem with that though, Tom, and I'm gonna tell you from a hockey guy's perspective and like from a GM's perspective. I don't want Mrazek. I don't care what team you trying to put him on. I don't want him. He played 25 games tops this season and was injured for the rest. That makes him absolutely fucking useless to any team he's going on. They are not looking at him favorably. They are looking at him as an injury-prone player who is just not going to be available to do what they're paying $3.5 million for. So the Leafs are going to have to suck up that fucking contract because he's not going to be able to go anywhere until that contract runs out. So that's why I'm saying we're probably going to keep Shulgren because we can pay him, 800,000 to $1 million because he's just coming up from the minor leagues, so he gets an entry level contract. When Mrazek's out, he gets the spotlight. He's a half decent goalie already. Train him up during the summer, make him better, and away we go, and we see what we got. Maybe once we clear up some cap space, pick up a couple of defensemen. I think we're going to lose.
Get rid of Hull. Get rid of Hull.
Yes. And Matthews
Hull literally fucking cost us Game 6.
Matthews is still signed for another 3 or 4 years, I think.
We got Matthews for a good long while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got Nylander for a couple more years.
If we don't put a trophy on that kid's hands, we will lose all 3 of them. We will eventually lose Matthews, Marner, and Nylander to other teams so that they can go and win cups. And here's the thing: is they will not go together. They will go to individual teams, breaking up that dynamic that they had. It brings me, watching Matthews, Nylander, and Marner play. I'm brought back to the old days, and I hate to bring them up, but from the Ottawa Senators was when Alfredsson, Heatley, and Spezza played together. They lit up the NHL together. They were the number 1 line in the entire NHL. They blew everybody else out of the water. There was nobody within even 20 points of what they were producing that year. So what's going on, Awesome Jay? But yeah, we're definitely there's Giordano, who I think we only got for the playoffs, and we got to negotiate a new contract with him or lose him. I think Lubushkin, who we picked up at the trade deadline, might be on the bubble for us as well. Yeah, if they lose Matthews, Marner, and Nylander, all 3, then it's rebuild again. But it's
going to be interesting to see what we start the season like.
I'm going to pull up a resource because I remember looking at something and it's really bothering me that I can't call it up from my mind's eye. Toronto Maple Leafs contracts. Okay. So Matthews is signed until the end of 2024 season. Tavares is signed till the end of 2025. They both represent 1.6 million, 11.6 million and 11 million respectively. I'm feeling like Tavares will probably be moved or traded at the end of the 2023 season. So next year at the end of next year he'll probably be traded. Marner's signed until 2025 at basically 11 million. Nylander's at almost 7 million. Kerfoot signed until the end of next season. We may lose Mikheyev, who signed at 1.645. He's an unrestricted free agent. We might pick him back up. Could potentially lose him. David
Bunting, what's he at?
Signed at 1.15. He is unrestricted as of 2024. So we got him for a couple of years if we really want. Cassie and Engvall, 2 players that I was really pleased to see. They are restricted free agents, and what that means. So, do you know the difference between unrestricted and restricted, Tom?
Not in this context, no.
Okay, so basically, unrestricted free agents means once you become a free agent, your contract with your team has run out. You are allowed to take bids, and all the teams are allowed to bid towards you. This is what we're offering you. If you are a restricted free agent, and this is just me being very vague about it, restricted free agent means that you get tendering offers from the Leafs first, or the team you were with first, and then after a certain period of time, you will then be allowed to take offers from other teams if you can't come to a deal with the team you're with.
Okay, so it's basically like you're our little bitch if you're restricted, and you're not our bitch if you're unrestricted.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And so they're as of like
it is raw tonight.
The start of 2022-23, Cassie and Engvall are both restricted free agents. I'd like to see them
The problem
like
with
to see them
Cassie is
both
he
come
just
back.
came back off injury.
Yeah, but
He was off
I
injured
know.
for a long, long time.
Yeah, I
Will we
mean,
want to re-sign him if he was out for like a lot of the season?
well, I don't know. When they were both on the ice, individually speaking, I appreciated
And they both did a good
effort of
job. Don't
both
get me
players.
wrong.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
well,
That's what
anyone's better
that's
than
all I'm
Hall.
saying.
Fire Hall, for God's sake.
Okay, so I don't exactly know how to understand most of this because like some of
The
these are
best
really
NHL players: Austin Matthews, who plays for the Leafs, the top goal scorer. There's
entry level contract
Ovechkin.
waivers and consent. Okay.
There's Dryside. There's a few
So
decent players in terms of shooting and getting goals.
so what's this?
Okay, awesome, Jay.
Okay, so everybody else is signed until the end of next year. Bunt. Holy fuck for that Bunting! When his contract is up, he's easily getting a pay grade, easily.
What's he at?
Especially where the way he's been working with Matthews and Marner on line one.
Yes,
He
we
is
will.
a $950,000 contract. Okay.
Entry level, wasn't it?
I think so because he's
Well,
only
this was his rookie year.
Bunting, yeah, maybe. He's
Yeah, I remember he
years
was
old.
like he's up for records of like best rookie year or some shit like that for a trophy.
Yeah, and he only cost $950,000 when his contract.
He's easily
expired,
going to at least $1.5
million. I'd say 2.5, 3 if he continues the way he did this. Like if he plays the same way next year or better, he's easily getting 3.5 to 4. He is a fantastic player. Nick Abruzzi, we have him. He's signed till 2023 on an entry-level contract. He played a couple games for us this year, I think. Well, Muzzin was out.
He wasn't bad from what I saw of him.
Yeah. Nicholas Robertson was also pretty electric as well. I look forward to what the Leafs have to see from him.
Oh yeah, because he was at AHL call up, and I want to see what that kid can do.
I was quite impressed with him. He scored a couple goals, and he's only an $800,000 contract. So again, you call him up, let him play next year, maybe to take the spot of a couple of the players that I said we might lose. And then, of course, we have Spezza, who's done as of this year. He's a UFA, unrestricted free agent. And we have Colin Blackwell as well, who is unrestricted. Like, we're going to have to negotiate with them. And that's center right wing for both of those guys. So,
hey, up, man. The worst player is Justin Hall, our defenseman. He is shit. He's literally the reason why we've lost at least 4 games this year. Like, he cost us game 6. Hey, Harley. There's no doubt about it. He literally gave them 1 goal in game 6. He is the reason we went to overtime.
Here's the thing. Coming up into the next season, okay, we got Muzzin for till 2024 at 5.625, so he's good. We got Riley until we got him until 2030, the end of the 2030 season. So Riley's signed with us for fucking ever. He is our franchise defenseman at this point. TJ Brody, another good defenseman. I was very pleased with what he did this year. We got him at $5 million till the end of the 2024 season, by the looks of things here. Here's the issue where we start running into issues. Giordano, $3.375 million. His contract's done at the end of this year. Justin Hall, $2 million. He's signed on till the end of next year.
Fire him.
He might get moved or
fucking hope so. I'm good stuff, man.
They gotta do something with him. Ilya Lyubushkin, his contract is as well done at the end of this year, as well as Rasmus Sandin and Liljegren's contracts. if I'm honest, try and move Hall, get rid of him, get a couple, maybe like, a 3rd round draft pick for him, send him to like Montreal or something, send him somewhere, fuck him off. Get a couple draft picks and put that $2 million to each Sandin and Liljegren, and give them one, or to Sandin and Liljegren, and give them basically almost $2 million a piece on a 3-year contract, and see what they're able to produce for us. Because I really liked watching Sandin and Liljegren. I personally feel like the coach should have played Liljegren instead of Hall, but I don't know. Hall had his moments, but like he's a fucking idiot. I do not like Hall as a player, but he tried hard and did his best. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to goaltending. Yeah. So here's the deal, guys. Peter Mrazek is signed until the end of 2024 at $3.8 million. He has been on basically the injured list for the entirety of the season. He played like 25 games this season. That's it. Campbell at 165, having been our star goalie up almost the whole year and having played the entire season, he's going to want more than 165 and 1.65 million, and I don't think we're going to be able to offer that. So here's where it comes in. You get Mrazek as our starter, unfortunately. Shulgren as our backup. Pick up another goalie, even I don't know, something like Shulgren, maybe a little bit more experience to, be that floater, just in case Mrazek ends up out. Shulgren has a backup. Shulgren ends up getting all the experience that he needs. Maybe we tank that season, but or we just, I don't know, try and move all of them and get a goalie. I don't know. We definitely need goaltending, and we need to do something about our defense core, which is literally melting at the end of this year.
On the bright side, Sandin and Cassie will be back next year, so that should theoretically sort out our defense problem. With having a full squad back, we should have a fix.
I don't know whether where it says UFA or RFA, are they unrestricted free agents at the end of that season, or are they unrestricted or restricted at the beginning of that season?
I'm not sure.
And that's the only thing where I'm a little bit confused. I don't understand how that works. So basically, they have dollar amounts to certain season, where Sandin and Liljegren, they're apparently restricted free agents as of next year. So whether that's at the start of the season or at the end of the season,
but I say, because next year could literally be, as in start of the next season, or literally next year, which would be the end of this season, the end of the next season.
Yeah, personally, I would. I don't know. I would try and. I don't know. Maybe. I would let Giordano. Here's what I'm doing with the defense core. Looking at it, I'm keeping Muzzin, Riley, Brody because they're signed for many years already.
And they're decent.
Giordano slide. There's let Giordano slide because his contract's done. Right, he's 38 as well, so he's hitting.
Why did we get him in the first place then?
Defensive core, defensive experience. We wanted a more experienced player on our blue line, and a lot of good it did, especially when he was
about fucking say we had him for like 2 months and he did fuck all.
Anyway, so I would hopefully let Hull go.
Oh, definitely.
And I would, because Lyubushkin's only 28, I would negotiate with him. I would negotiate with Sandin and Liljegren, and I would, and that gives us 7 defense. So I mean, maybe you pick up a couple more, or call up a couple of your AHL guys as hey, like you're going to be like potential injury reserve, be on standby this year. So
Thank you, Awesome Jay.
We definitely need goaltending, but our defensive core without Hall looks a whole lot better. As long as we can maybe keep Lyubushkin, Sandin, and Liljegren. I'd let Spezza slide. I'd try and keep Blackwell. He's still young enough to, he's old enough that he's got experience. Like, he's experienced in more of a veteran player, but he's young enough that he's still, hasn't quite reached his prime and will take like another year or two to maybe get there. I'd let Spezza slide. Sorry, Spezza. I love you. You've done
the
really
problem
great
I have with Blackwell is he's quite a reckless player. That suspension during the playoffs was a prime example.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree there. I think that was just first game jitters. Is all I'm going to equate it to. Because you notice after that he was much more subdued during the games and didn't. So I don't know. Again, Abruzzi.
I'm trying to hear that off today.
Again, all
Spaghetti, you can handle this however you want. By the way, giving you free range to do what you want.
But I don't know.
No, you're not going to die, Awesome J. Just wait for the results of your test, dude. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in September.
Yeah, September is definitely going to be interesting.
Can't wait for it.
I don't know. I'm looking at this, and there's a like if you're looking at the Leafs, right? Out of their potentials, the final salary cap hit is $83,761,840. What's this? Long-term injury reserve, final cap space, right? Was they had $91,000 left in cap space.
I'm assuming that just Maple is not including the AHL team.
No, you are correct.
Just the Leafs.
Yeah.
Sound. Oh, that's wicked, Garfield.
Yeah. And we spent almost $2.5 million on long-term injury reserve this year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
And most of that was Mrazek, Mutzin, and Cassie. But I mean, the Leafs, I don't know, man. Like, on paper, they've got the team. They're paying a lot of players a lot of money to play hockey, and they're just not getting it done.
No, that was unfortunate.
But was there anything further you wanted to discuss, Tom?
I think that covers most of it. We discussed the Leafs, who we think is going to win the second round. Obviously, we'll have more information to talk about as the weeks go on. It's going to be interesting.
Matthews, Marner, Nylander. I would have liked to have seen more from Bunting. I would have liked to have seen Muzzin be a little more active defensively. I would like to have seen my wife say a single word during this whole podcast.
Did she just say a word?
Yeah, she said hi.
Yeah, nice.
But if you've got nothing else further, Tom, I think that does it for Hockey Talks for the first round of the NHL playoffs and our second round.
Enough stuff, man. I think it does. Yeah, we obviously have wrestling coming up in a bit. Dave's got some interesting uploaded content coming out over the next couple of weeks, and so do I. So keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting playoffs. We will keep you up to date vaguely with scores. Obviously, if anyone comes in and knows the results of the game, let us know. You won't be here for Raw. What kind of... Why, Ricky? You don't look like shit.
Do your thing.
I'm aware of everything that's being said, Jamie, but we're trying to discuss hockey here. And this is literally what Spaghetti's here for. You can deal with it. Okay, Garfield. So to answer your question, the Brian Kendrick, now you can't speak. How were you here last Friday? Because your account was made today. The only way you'd know about the Scarlet and Carlito situation is if you were the one involved in the damn situation.
Okay, why are we having this conversation and not just banning an account that
Oh, they're gone now. Forget banned them. I just wanted to make that point. They just asked me how am I not Carlito, so... We're done with this situation. Thank you for banning them, Spaghetti. This is why I gave it no attention while we were talking about hockey. Because, yeah.
All right. Anyway, I want you know what? I want to go and do a walk.
I appreciate that, Spaghetti. But we are going to end this now. That was our hockey talks. The next one will be in near 2 weeks' time, at the end of the second round of the playoffs, where we'll see who's won the bets for that round, who's gone through, who's not gone through, who looks good to win the playoffs. All the good stuff that we have in these NHL podcasts will be here in a couple of weeks' time. But we will be back for Monday Night Raw in about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so.
Until then, guys.
Peace out.
Happy watching.
And we're out.